Team Elevated, your time is valuable to me, and because of that, I have placed timestamps down in the video description. Those timestamps will show you chapters that are in this video. That way you can jump straight to the section that's got the information that you're looking for. Team Elevated. Dang it, man. We have got some stuff to do today. So let's focus up on the Govee outdoor tree lights, because the Christmas string lights, that's going to be a different video. Here inside the box, let's dive in. So that's interesting. You can actually install these on the actual tree. They do include some zip ties. You see, here's what I mean when I say that they include some zip ties, because they show that these are able to be attached to an actual tree. Now, that's not how I'm going to have mine, because my tree is not that wide, so I don't have to worry about that. But here's everything inside the box. If you decided that you wanted to cut this wire and then splice it in order to extend a light or two out farther away from another light, you could do that, but you may want to solder that connection, just FYI, because these are all linked together from Govee. And then there's the included zip ties that I mentioned earlier, your ground posts in here, and then they also include an Allen key inside, and the Allen key is in case you need to tighten the light on the post, which goes to these ground stakes right here. You've got the wiring itself. One side will go to the beginning light, and then the other side goes to the wall adapter. All right, let's go outside and do some measurement. So let me show you what I'm working with here. I've got my Govee floodlights right over here on the side of the house. There's 3 on this side and then 3 on the other side. And then here on this tree, I already have some tree lights set up. But the 2 trees that I want to focus on is the 2 over here. The first thing that you want to do is take some measurements, and here's why. You can see on these tree lights that I've got this wire running down on the ground. And I don't really care for that, because when I go mow, or if I have a visitor that's coming, or the mail person that wants to come deliver some boxes, because they will often park in my driveway and then they'll walk this way, I don't want anybody to trip on this, and I certainly don't want this to be broken. So I want to bury it. And this extension wire that I have is just not sufficient in order for me to run power from here underneath the ground and all the way to the tree. So I'm going to take some measurements, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to bury an extension cable that is weatherproof and waterproof that I found on Amazon, and I'll have power come out somewhere around here, and that's going to provide the power that I need for this tree. And then I'm also going to measure from here and have power come down into the ground that I can bury, and then service these 2 trees with power. So let's get those measurements done. So here is what I've got. This is my drawing, and I have made the necessary measurements that we need in order to make that order on Amazon, so I can get this correct extension wiring that I need. I would recommend you guys do the same. I mean, you guys don't have to bury it, of course, for obvious reasons, if you guys know where it's going to be and you guys don't have visitors like I do. Well, team, the install is nearly done. The only thing left to do is to bury the cable, but I want to show you guys what I have here. So here, I've got an extension that splits out 3 ways, and here's why it splits out 3 ways. I've got the extension cord going this way, down to that side of the flower bed, and then out to those 2 trees over there. The other section, the other side, is going to this extension cord all the way over here to that guy. And then lastly, I have to have power for my floodlights. And I've got the 6 floodlight kit. So that's why I've got the 3-way splitter there. Now obviously the line is not buried, but everything else is installed. I do want to make a note that when you guys end up putting the stakes in the ground, you want to unscrew the cap, unscrew this cap, and then take a rubber mallet and strike the top of the screw that the cap screws onto, because you can break off the screw cap itself. Ask me how I know. Hey team, so let's jump into the Govee app, because now that we've got it installed outside, we need to get it communicating with the Govee app. So when you jump into the Govee app for the first time, it's going to ask you to create a username and a password. If you haven't been inside your Govee app for a minute, then you're going to have to log in. But since I've been in here recently, there's no login for me. You'll notice on the top right-hand side, there's going to be a plus sign. See if I can't get this up here. And when I click on that plus sign, it is going to scan nearby devices. So since I didn't see any nearby devices, I clicked on the Bluetooth icon located in the top right up here. Clicking on that Bluetooth icon on the top right, and being, I'd say, within about 20 feet of the outdoor lights, you can see both of them have popped up. I'll click on one. It's going to say it's connecting. And here in a moment, it's going to ask me what I want to name it. So I'm going to say Tree Light 2. It's going to search my Wi-Fi. It already knows what my Wi-Fi password is because I've previously connected other Govee lights to the system. I'll click on Done. Yeah, so here it's asking us to set up a third-party voice assistant. I've already done that, so I'm going to hit skip. So here's all the options that we have available for the tree lights. Color has already been selected and highlighted in blue. If I scroll down, I can actually segment the lights. Unfortunately, I can't segment each individual LED that's located in the light because there's 6 LEDs total per light, so which makes for a total of 18 LEDs. But you can't segment those. So let's say I select all and I click red. That's going to change every single one of the lights outside to red. You can change the relative brightness for each one. So say if I want the middle one to be at 46%, but I want the other ones to be at 100%, you can do that too, just simply by selecting each light. I'm going to end up having this middle one green because currently it's Christmas outside. Well, it's around that season, currently in December. So here's the segmentation. You've got your wheel as well, and you can change that wheel to show different types of patterns. So if I tap on segment management, it's going to change to whole light management. And clicking on, let's say, the blue color, it now changes every single light to blue. And if I want to go back, I can click on whole light management and it'll now go back to the segment management. So I'll select all, change those to red, and then I'll change this middle one to green. And that's how I want my setup. If we go into scenes, here are the different scenes that are available for the tree lights. Get that out of the way. Yeah, we've got natural, festival, and festival is just this here. Life, emotion, Zootopia. The last thing that I want to point out is tapping on the settings icon on the top right. Here, if you decide that you don't like the device name that you currently set it to originally, you can change that up here in device name. You can also change the layout setting of the control page, so you can do custom or default. I'll leave mine on default. Device safety, I always enable device safety because I don't want anyone that's driving by to hook up to Bluetooth and then be able to control the lights. So I always turn device safety on. Power off memory. This is brilliant. So say you have a power outage, it can remember the status that it was in prior to that power outage. Wi-Fi settings, pretty self-explanatory here. If you decide that you change your Wi-Fi password or you change the Wi-Fi name of your network, you can go in there and update it. You also have a local area network control. That's pretty important for people like me that don't always want to be out there pinging into the void of the internet. So you can turn on LAN control. If I click the question mark, it kind of gives you an explanation of what that LAN control does. So in the front yard, there's the floodlight that I talked about earlier in the video, and then my 2 front porch lights as well. And you could actually sync all of these, all 6 of these, you can sync them so that they're all the same color, for example. And that's all possible inside the Govee app. A lot of things to do here, but let's jump back up top. Here we are at night, and I am 6'2", and I've got the lens right at my eyesight. And this is what it looks like from the ground. Now right now it's December, kind of going for a winter wonderland type of look. Admittedly, it doesn't look that great from this level. And the reason why I say that is because you can see the lights pointing up at the tree. Now, if I was driving by or driving to the side of the house where the road is, it's a lot more difficult to see the lights. And so it looks like there's more presence there since you can't see the lights on the ground. Now, if I go ahead and point up, these things just throw light. I'm very curious to do some Spotlight 2s compared to these and see if the Spotlight 2s throw the same amount of light or not. I think that would make for an interesting video. These that I've got over here facing up onto the house, these are the floodlights. I have not installed my spotlights. Those are going to go on the side of the house by the garage. But yeah, let's go ahead and get up in the sky and do a drone flyby. And now back down to earth. I'm here at street level, and the house does sit up on a hill, and this is what it looks like from street level. Hey Google, change the front yard to green. Hey Google, change the front yard to red. Hey Google, change the front yard to white. So here's how things look as I reverse out of my driveway. As we come down the street towards the front of the house, do a short drive by. And now this is a shot from down the hill, coming up the hill. You gotta like the clear top on the Jeep. This is coming around the corner. Team Elevated, that is a wrap. Please leave your questions down below. Of course, I've got affiliate links down in the description of the video, along with in the pinned comment down in the comments section. Whoa, 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 you're still here even after my outro? Well, I've got a little bonus for you. Let's jump out here to the very front and take a look at the different modes. Cool. Turn off the front yard. Let's turn on tree light. Let's take a look at all the different scenes here. So the first scene is going to be sunrise. Not really a lot's happening on that. Next one is going to be sunset. Glacier. Star. Graffiti. Aurora. Cherry blossom. Firefly. Rainbow. Moonlight. Oh, moonlight's just pretty much blue. Oh, there's a little bit of change. Okay, I see it. Desert. Forest. Flower field. Fire. Sunset glow.